Good Thursday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful day today. This is a look from Rondo Rock, taking a look back towards the Wenatchee area. Of course, that's Turtle Rock in the middle of your screen. Just a few high clouds making their way through north central Washington as a cold front is moving through the state and into Idaho and parts of Montana now. And we're just seeing those clouds, no rain or anything like that associated with this system. Winds could kick up a little bit this afternoon, 10 to 15 miles an hour, and tonight, but we'll have to wait and see for that. All in all, it is a beautiful day out there. And as we take a look at what we can expect for our long holiday weekend, things look great. Wenatchee temperatures on the top right-hand side of the picture. Temperatures predominantly in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. We'll even get into the low 80s and middle 80s by Labor Day and the first part and middle of next week. And we'll tell you much more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An Rondo couple was arrested late last week with a half-pound of methamphetamine, guns, vehicles, and cash at their home on Charlotte Lane. And due to gusty winds from the west and northwest, fire behavior on the Cougar Creek fire near Entiat increased overnight. But first, we begin tonight. An injured climber was rescued Tuesday morning after suffering a fall on Liberty Bell Mountain. Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett says 67-year-old Benjamin Antonio of Yakima was injured when a handhold broke loose as he was climbing the Becky's Notch route along the northeast slope of the mountain. According to a witness, Antonio's rope system held, but he dropped about 10 to 15 feet before slamming into the side of the mountain. He suffered hip and back injuries. Because of the terrain, a Black Hawk helicopter from Naval Air Station Whidbey Island had to be called in to extract Antonio from the mountain. After spending around 8 hours on the mountain, he was transported to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he is listed in stable condition. An Rondo couple was arrested late last week with a half-pound of methamphetamine, guns, vehicles, and cash at their home on Charlotte Lane. Arrested were 34-year-old Sarah E. Mitchell and 31-year-old Marco Palacios Mora. Sergeant Rob Huddleston with the Chelan County Sheriff's Department says law enforcement used hours of surveillance, controlled buys, and an undercover informant to make the arrest.
We have had these two people on our radar now for quite some time. We have known that they've been moving pretty large amounts of meth around. So we were able to, we did quite a few hours of surveillance, probably well over 50 hours of surveillance on them. And we were able to get a confidential informant to go in and make multiple buys from them. And then just collecting some information from other people in the area that live around them, and also from other confidential informants. We're able to get a search warrant for the residents and a couple of their vehicles. With the information that we gathered, it was a lot of stuff was on firearms, that they were dealing in some firearms. So we asked Douglas County's Special Response Team and Chelan County SWAT team to serve the warrants and secure the area. Then we could go in and search, and we located, there were 2 firearms in the residence. Inside the residence, there was about 204 grams of meth, and then there was a bunch of cash, and then 3 vehicles were seized. And then search warrants were served on 2 of those vehicles. It's a pretty good bust for the area.
Mitchell and Mora face multiple counts of drug and gun-related offenses. Due to gusty winds from the west and northwest, fire behavior on the Cougar Creek fire near Entiat increased overnight. Columns of smoke were visible from Plain and the Entiat River Valley. Within the northwest portion of the fire, a flare-up caused the fire to make a run back onto itself. At the north end, the fire moved toward the north. A red flag warning for gusty winds was in effect yesterday and it has now expired. Wednesday night, an infrared flight indicated that the fire did not move toward any communities or infrastructure. Today, firefighters will continue to scout for effective containment lines at the northern portion of the fire as crews continue mopping up and working through the ash to locate and extinguish hot spots. If conditions allow, burnout operations may occur again today at the western part of the fire, with smoke visible from Plain and the Entiat River Valley. The fire has burned now 41,589 acres and remains at 45% containment. Also, in an announcement earlier today, recreationists longing to visit their favorite campsite in the Entiat River Valley during the upcoming Labor Day holiday weekend will be able to do so starting tomorrow. The successful construction of fire containment lines and decreasing fire activity have allowed a partial reopening of the Entiat River Valley. While some areas will remain closed for public safety, Fox Creek, Lake Creek, Silver Falls, and Cottonwood campgrounds will reopen tomorrow. Coming up next, Wenatchee area unemployment in July was the lowest it's been in 3 years for any month. Chelan's Wooden Avenue Bridge restoration project is scheduled to start next Wednesday, September 5th, and we'll fill you in on all that's happening around the valley this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back. In another news, Wenatchee area unemployment in July was the lowest it's been in 3 years for any month. According to the latest economic report from the Employment Security Department, the Wenatchee metropolitan area unemployment was at 3.3%. That's down from 3.5% in July of 2017. This rate is the lowest reading for the month of July since 1990. In fact, monthly rates declined for 17 straight months from October 2016 through February 2018. It stagnated in March of 2018 and then rose a tick in April of this year before declining again for the past 3 months, May through July. Total non-farm employment in the Wenatchee area also rose 3.6% in July of 2018 compared to last July and added 1,700 new jobs. July saw over 48,000 non-farm workers, the highest number of non-farm employees since 2015. Chelan's Wooden Avenue Bridge restoration project is scheduled to start next Wednesday, September 5th. Chelan Mayor Mike Cooney says the amount of both foot and vehicle traffic on the bridge warranted the bridge reconstruction.
We don't want to stop flow of people coming into town to do business downtown, but it is a large cut through for people going out to the North Shore, going out to Manson, going out to Chelan Hills. It is a gigantic, if you stand on that corner and tabulate the number of people that take a left-hand turn and then take another left turn at safe way to go out on the North Shore, the numbers are incredible. And so what we're looking at is to make the pedestrian walkway across that bridge. We're looking at going on the up lake side 4 feet to 8 feet, and then 4 feet on the down lake side to 5 feet. And there's a reason for that. There's more people on the up lake side standing there doing selfies, and we just feel it'll be great. Probably the biggest thing that most people don't get on one-waying, we had to restore the bridge. We looked at about 5 different iterations of fixing that bridge and making it safer. This kept the iconic look of that old bridge. It's on almost every poster that you would see in about Chelan. So it keeps its look. It increases the safety of it, but one of the biggest things that I see is the entrance into town will be so much better.
The $3.1 million contract went to Selland Construction of Wenatchee. Well, time now for NCWLife's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Ritzville Community Fair is happening now through Sunday at the Wheatlands Communities Fairgrounds. Bring the family and check out various exhibits, animals, a rodeo, carnival rides, and more. Are you looking for something fun to do this fall? Look no further. There are some great leagues to join. Friday is the Co-ed Adult Kickball League registration deadline and the Wenatchee Ultimate Frisbee League registration deadline. Call the Eastmont Parks and Recreation at 884-8015 or visit eastmontparks.com. Catch the last performance of My Fair Lady this Friday at the Leavenworth Fish Hatchery. One of the greatest musicals of all time, My Fair Lady is a masterpiece of musical comedy blending intellect, wit, and high spirits. The brilliant Lerner and Lowe score includes I Could Have Danced All Night, The Rain in Spain, On the Street Where You Live, and I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face. And finally, the last performances of The Sound of Music are this Saturday and Sunday at the Leavenworth Ski Hill Amphitheater. The story of the Von Trapp family has found a place in the hearts of everyone who sees it. Come for a truly enchanting evening under the stars as Maria sings the title song on the pine-covered hillside. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The countdown is on for opening night of high school football across the state. The Wenatchee Panthers start the campaign on the road at Mount Si High School in Snoqualmie. Scott Devereaux's in his 15th year as head coach at Wenatchee High. He says while he only has 45 players on the varsity squad, it's not about the numbers, but about the heart and hard work.
I feel good. I feel good considering the smoke issue, how hard I watched them work in the weight room, how much work they got done in the gym. I feel good with where we are. I think our special teams could be a little more than where we are right now, but the attitude's been great, and that's pretty important. You know, I think we're ready. Obviously, it was a challenge, but I think our guys are resilient, and Mount Si's ranked, and I think we're ready to give them a run. So our guys want to play, and so we're going to play. I expect us to get after it. We know they're a big throwing team. They got a quarterback that's going to Oregon on a full ride. He likes to throw it all over the field, so we know that's going to happen. So we're preparing for that, but the key is us executing what we do.
Darius Carlson's back for a senior season at tight end and strong safety. He said he's not afraid to admit the team has a chip on its shoulder heading into the first game Friday night.
Just to kind of prove ourselves. I think there's a lot of doubters out there, and I think we have a lot to prove to a lot of people, and I think we're going to show that with our pads. I love it. I mean, there's guys that are fighting for positions. You know, they're just trying to earn their spot, and I love it. I love that people are competing for the position, and they're not just kind of giving up and giving it to the guys that they think like deserve it, or the people that are inclined to it. I mean, every sophomore is fighting for a position, even if the seniors are supposed to have it. I'm stoked for this season to start up already. I can't wait for Friday. I think the hay's in the barn. We've done all the preparation, and I'm just ready for it to get started.
Wenatchee at Mount Si, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll be airing the Eastmont-Wilson game live right here on the Ncwlife channel. Senior quarterback Caleb Massey has been working hard on and off the field in the offseason as a leader in the classroom and on the gridiron. Massey says he and his peers have had to work hard following the tragic death of an Eastmont student and near death of another at the end of this last school year.
We're getting a lot more kids to be active in all the different clubs we have here at Eastmont. It's like the numbers have gone way up. We've added a few clubs as of going into last year, and so there's just been a huge shift in everybody's mindset here at Eastmont.
I got to ask you, and this is probably not the most comfortable question, but there was tragedy for your school at the end of last year.
Yes.
With that graduating class. You know, what's the response, and now you're an upperclassman, additional weight maybe that you guys have to carry into this school year?
Well, at first, when it first happened, you know, that was towards the end of the school year, and that's supposed to be like happy time. Like everyone's like, yeah, school's almost out summer, but that kind of put a downer throughout the entire school. And for like, we talked about it, and then they had the memorial service. Luckily, Richmond, he's doing a lot better with just like his neck and everything. And so we're kind of trying to look on the bright side of things, at least, that, you know, it sucks that what happened, but at least we still have who we do have here and are able to look at that in the bright side of things, I guess you could say.
What do you learn from that?
Just got to be smarter with your decisions in general, during sports, or even just out in the regular day, out in town, or anything in general, really.
Pre-game show with Grant Olson and Mickey White begins tomorrow night, 6:45 right here on the Ncwlife channel. Now, other games that are happening around the area tomorrow, let's take a look. We've got, there you go, Wilson at Eastmont, Wenatchee at Mount Si. Cashmere's on the road at Ephrata. Natchez Valley will host Cascade. Brewster's at Chelan. Eddie at Tico Rosalia, new matchup there for the schools. And Waterville Mansfield on the road at Republic, all kickoffs at 7 o'clock. College football season gets underway this weekend as well. One of the national implications has number 6 Washington and number 9 Auburn Saturday at 12:30. That's the same time for kickoff Washington State at Wyoming. An interesting clash will take place on the red carpet in Cheney, too. Eastern Washington hosting Central Washington. That's Saturday at 1:05. The Wenatchee Wild hold one more exhibition game before the regular season starts. On Labor Day weekend, Wenatchee hosts Penticton tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the community rink. General admission tickets, $10. Wild will be on the road for the season opener September 7th at Vernon against the Vipers. Erasmo Ramirez got roughed up for 7 runs in the first 3 innings. Mariners fell to the Padres in San Diego yesterday. 8-3 the final. Hunter Renfroe led the way offensively for the Pods. 3-run home run, 4 RBIs. Gene Segura finished 2 for 3. He's now batting .317. Yeah, you got to find the highlights for the Mariners there. Seattle, no time to wallow in pity. They travel to Oakland tonight to take on the A's. The team they're chasing for that final wild card playoff spot. Matt LeBlanc on the mound against Frankie Montes. First pitch at 7:05. A's coming in after dropping the final of 3-game series yesterday to Houston. As we look at the Les Schwab scoreboard from yesterday, Tyler White crushed a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. The Astros win at 5-4. That win pushed Houston 2.5 games in front of the Athletics for first in the American League West. Seattle remains 5.5 back of Oakland for that wild card race. Also yesterday, it was L.A., the Dodgers downing Texas 3-1. Well, the Seahawks take on the Raiders tonight at CenturyLink Field in the final preseason exhibition game for both teams. Seattle 0-3 so far in the exhibition. The Raiders 2-1 under new old coach, if you will, John Gruden. Some good news out of training camp yesterday. The team announced it had reached a 3-year, $38.1 million contract extension with wide receiver Tyler Lockett. Lockett deeply moved by the show of support from his team.
This is something that we all dream of as kids, being able to get to this position and being able to, know that our family is set and our life is set and stuff like that. But, I mean, for me, words can't even explain how I feel. I mean, I love this organization. Pete, John, everybody's been so amazing to me. with the way that they bring a lot of people here to be able to help us on the mental side, on the physical side. Everything that I need has been here. They traded picks to come and get me. They showed me that they wanted me here. From what I know in the draft, they were the only team that told me I could do both returns and play receiver. And, you know, they allowed me to grow as a person, and they also allowed me to develop into a receiver that I'm continuing to be every single day. And, you know, we're in a business, so it's hard for businesses to be able to extend people. And the fact that they were willing to give me an extension because they see me in their future, I mean, that says a lot.
So the Hawks lock it. There you go. That's sports. I'm Eric Grant. So Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today, Ncwlife's Megan McPherson introduces us to Ranger the dog.
Hey guys, Megan here with the Ncwlife channel. We are here with Don Davies, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us today is Ranger. Can you tell us about Ranger?
Ranger is a really fun boy. He's 4 years old, and he has a lot of energy, but he's really sweet. He loves people. So he might be a little bit too much dog for young kids, but he would be great in an active home.
How is he around cats and other dogs?
You know, I wouldn't, just because of the boxy-headed whatever. I know he's probably got a little bit of prey drive in him, but he plays really great with other female dogs. He was out in playgroup this morning and just had a great time. I probably wouldn't have him around cats.
Yeah. And if someone wants to adopt Ranger, what are the steps they have to take?
So just come down to the Humane Society and meet him. Take him out for a walk, see how you get along, and just come down and just fill out an application and take him home. He's good to go. He's all neutered, vaccinated, ready to go.
Awesome.
Thank you, buddy.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Kennel Cameos is supported in part by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth. Not only does the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory have great house-made fudge and super delicious candy and caramel apples, but they also have great doggy treats for your four-legged friends, located at 636 Front Street in Leavenworth. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
And we'll be back with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Oh, hey Nate, what you doing there?
I'm just reading a book.
A book? I didn't even know they made those anymore. Where'd you get it?
Right down the street at Yield Bookshop.
Yield Bookshop? I'm gonna go check it out.
If you're looking for a good book to read or you're in the market for some beautiful handcrafted creations from local artisans, look no further than Yield Bookshop right in the heart of downtown Wenatchee.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and adult care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solely on Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including Ncwlife, your local TV channel. Give Solely on Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. An injured climber was rescued Tuesday morning after suffering a fall on Liberty Bell Mountain. Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett says 67-year-old Benjamin Antonio of Yakima was injured when a handhold broke loose as he was climbing the Becky's Notch route along the northeast slope of the mountain. According to a witness, Antonio's rope system held, but he dropped about 10 to 15 feet before slamming into the side of the mountain. He suffered hip and back injuries. Because of the terrain, a Black Hawk helicopter from Naval Air Station Whidbey Island had to be called in to extract Antonio from the mountain. After spending around 8 hours on that mountain, he was transported to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, where he is listed in stable condition. Well, Wenatchee area unemployment in July was the lowest it's been in 3 years for any month. According to the latest economic report from the Employment Security Department, the Wenatchee metropolitan area employment was at 3.3%, which is down from 3.5% in July of 2017. This rate is the lowest reading for the month of July since 1990. In fact, monthly rates have declined for 17 straight months from October 2016 through February 2018. It stagnated in March of this year and then rose a tick in April of 2018 before once again declining for the past 3 months, May through July. Total non-farm employment in the Wenatchee area also rose 3.6% in July of 2018 compared to last year and added 1,700 new jobs. July saw over 48,000 non-farm workers, the highest number of non-farm employees since 2015. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those beautiful details, let's take a look outside our weather window. And speaking of beautiful, what a day today as we look from our Sky-Fi tower cam at the Orondo area back, and that's Turtle Rock there in the middle of your screen. A beautiful day today, just a few high clouds floating around and temperatures mainly in the upper 70s around the area, which is cooler than our 85 degrees yesterday. The reason, as we take a look at our surface loop, a cold front moved through today and that cooled us off. It will also continue its movement tomorrow as we will see northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour on Friday. High temperatures once again should be in the upper 70s as we move into our long Labor Day holiday weekend. Saturday looks great. Sunny. We'll see light west winds only about 5 to 10 miles an hour as high pressure off the coast continues to dominate our weather picture. On Sunday, sunny and even a little bit warmer. We'll climb back into the 80s by Sunday. It looks beautiful as we head into our Labor Day Monday. Mostly sunny skies on Monday and nice, but notice the area of low pressure now out in the Pacific. That could change our weather pattern later in the week next week, but not on Tuesday. Look at Tuesday, sunny and warm. We could see high temperatures on Tuesday above normal, somewhere in the middle 80s. Let's take a look now at that quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight will drop down to 58 degrees, 77 your high on Friday with the northwest breeze. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all sunny skies for your long holiday. Low 80s for high temperatures. We'll climb into the mid 80s, and as I mentioned, for Tuesday and Wednesday, 84 Tuesday, and Wednesday's high at 86 degrees. What a beautiful forecast. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz, and I will be in once again tomorrow for Steve Hare with the news. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.